Only teams they got left with a winning record, Jacksonville and Cleveland are both at NRG Stadium, and Cleveland, of course, had a major setback today when they found out Deshaun Watson was undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery. So they got a chance to win the division, not just earn a wild card berth. And I'm stunned. I thought next year they would be competing for the playoffs.
Right, and if not the division, right? Well, I'm glad you brought up the Deshaun Watson. Let's jump into some NFL news.
Oh no, I'm devastated.
Well, Mr. McClain, you kind of broke the news. Deshaun Watson done. Their odds have went down dramatically. Do you think they're still Cleveland is still a contender for the playoffs in the division, or
I
is it?
do because they've been winning without him. He's been in and out of the lineup. PJ Tucker was terrible. 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions. They won 2 of the games. Their defense is great, the best in the NFL right now, even better than Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Jim Schwartz in his first season is doing a tremendous job. They've been healthy on defense, and they run the ball. Losing Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson, you think they got no prayer. And Drum Ford and a great offensive line, they've been able to run the ball. When you can run the ball and play great defense, you're going to play a lot of close games, and you never know what's going to happen. Now they're going with Dorian Thompson Robinson in this game, a rookie second start he'll make. And he was terrible in his first start. But boy, when the weather turns bad, you need a running game and you need a defense when you're playing all those games outside in late November, December, and early January. So I think they will. Their schedule is very favorable, and so I think they'll definitely be competing for a wild card. I do not think they're going to win that division. I still think Baltimore will win the division, but the Browns are still going to kick some serious butt along the way.
Everybody's buzz at the Texans, right?
Everybody but the Texans.
BT, what about you?
Yeah, like John said, DTR looked horrible in his first regular season start, but he actually looked really good in the preseason. Obviously, preseason is different from the regular season. You go against backup and stuff. So he has the athleticism to actually help this offense out. He has his legs, so he could be a real threat still in this offense. As John said, their defense is amazing. You know, we're going to have to go up against that defense, and to tell you the truth, that's the team I'm most worried about going up at all on the schedule is the Browns, because their defense literally puts points on the board, right? Their defense, I mean, I know their offense is lacking, but their defense like puts up pick sixes like it's nobody's business. So I am worried about their defense. How it affects us, obviously, is, you know, Deshaun Watson was a great quarterback at one point. He hasn't been since he's been there. He's been playing poorly. You know, you think that they have a really good chance to get into the playoffs with Deshaun Watson. He had a good second half. They had a horrible first half. He's been very inconsistent. So how does it affect us? Well, it affects us because if we just don't know how DTR is going to perform. Like I said, he was horrible in his first regular season. They don't like PJ Walker, obviously. They gave up Dobbs, who was actually outperforming at what everyone thought in Minnesota. So what we could see here is that my expectation is that they were going to win 8-9 games. Potentially that could be, I don't know, I mean, a little less if the offense is worse than it has been. Will they stay 8-9 games? They could still do that because their defense is still rocking. So how it affects us really depends on how DTR is going to play. We're going to see this week, but like when DTR plays, if he rocks out, we may actually be in a worse position if DTR rocks out and plays better than Watson. That's the one thing that I'm kind of fearful of. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just saying, if you look at him in preseason, he was rocking.
Crenshaw, you got anything to add?
Yeah, they got a great defense. I still think they're gonna keep winning games. I still have them at 9-8 for the season. Potential to get that last wild card spot. So we got to take care of our business and make sure we beat them. So if it's any kind of tiebreaker, we could take over that right there. And I hope DTR doesn't play like preseason. Hope he played like his last game he played. But it's a good football team. You would think they're nailed it in, but we'll see against Pittsburgh what these guys are going to do, man. But, you know, tough break for him. Feel bad for Deshaun, you know, because I really wanted him to play when we played them on Christmas Eve, I didn't want them to be out that game. But hey, that's their business.
You wanted us to give that butt whooping that we got them for Christmas, right?
Yeah, and then because we lost the game last year to them, so I wanted to beat them this year.
The revenge game, exactly. Mr. McLean, you got anything to add?
I think they're going to seriously compete for a wild card. They've already won 6 games. The schedule's not hard. They've already played Baltimore 2 times. I'm not sure what they got left. Pittsburgh, I know this week, Cincinnati, but I think they could win. If they win 10 games, it won't surprise me. We see Aiden O'Connell on a team that's not nearly as good as going 2-0 for the Raiders. I've never seen so many rookie quarterbacks having to play. And y'all mentioned Josh Dobbs. He bounced around like a pinball. He went to Detroit, Cleveland, Tennessee, back to Cleveland, Arizona, and Minnesota. And he just won the second start of his career. And I don't know what they're feeding him up there, but they're not going to let him get away. And I keep thinking that bubble's going to burst. But right now, he's doing everything right. And he's one of the all-time great success stories. And Andrew Berry, the GM of the Browns, is getting ripped like crazy because he let Joshua Dobbs get away.
This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown. We not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.